Welcome back to our sweet home, Africa. Once again, my name is Mrs. Augustina Anyanwa. Help me welcome my dear friend,
Mrs. Glorynezemma. Welcome again. It's always a pleasure once again to have you on our show. All right, we have a great topic today, as usual. Going back to Africa. All right, our topic today is stop banishing our children out of Africa.
Yes.
I know people will be wondering why use the word banishing.
Yes.
All right, going back to the wealthy Africans. What they're doing, which we have understood, is that because they have so much money, so that means they can hide their children anywhere around the world. Because they can afford it, they can buy expensive buildings, expensive cars for them, and then hide them away from even the
pay the tuition.
Exactly.
Trinity College.
Exactly. So that's what we're going to address today. My friend and I, once again, we're going to give insight on what people are doing in terms of hiding the children away.
And why?
Exactly, and why they're doing that. And then, so that we won't blame ourselves later in life when the children do not come home, so that we can understand that we are the ones that are banishing them out of Africa. So my dear friend, have you heard that a lot of African children, especially the wealthy ones, the children from the wealthy families,
yes.
that what they're doing now is that they're hiding in London, in America, all parts of the world, in Germany, everywhere, and then when their parents get older, they don't come back home. So the kids are being banished from Africa. Have you heard that?
My dear, you look at it, it's not even the fault of the children. You know why? In a way, I look at it like it is some kind of competition going on. Oh, my child, I sent my child to London, I sent my child to America, and you look at the child is, most of them are under 18.
Oh, yeah, they send them when they're very young.
SS whatever. So once they finish the SS2 or SS whatever, they already got admission. They pay cash, you know. Anybody that have a business wanna make gain, and that's what the schools want. So long as your father or anybody can afford cash, you coming in. So they send their child, but before that child go, remember it's from a wealthy family. They have cooks, they have stewards, they have gardeners, they have people that do their laundry, they have everything, they have drivers. Now your father think America is a place of roses. Welcome, pay your school fees, pay for your apartment, and take you and put you over here. So now what happens? This child might not be able to struggle like other children, because not that child is lazy, because they don't know how. They don't know where to start.
They have not
so
done it.
Every time they call daddy, mommy, but they already have money in their account. You understand? Money is there. They don't need nothing as far as money is concerned. And they're doing that, the father keep on pumping money or the mother pumping money, dependent. So when this child get older, at a point the child want the identity. Some of them that come from Nigeria don't even have their traditional names.
Exactly. And they don't know the culture.
And
Because sometimes they take them at a very young age.
They don't know much about the culture.
Exactly.
They don't know the environment, because the wealthy children, they are always in the house. They want to go out, the driver take them, and then bring them back. Okay, the father will get old. When the father get old or get sick, God forbid the sickness, let's say old age, or something happened, the father is no longer there. Now, or maybe the father have a factory or something, and they expect the child to come back home and take over. How is the child going to do it? It's not like the child don't want to come. They don't know how to start.
Exactly.
You already put them on exile, like of no return. To me, it's one-way ticket.
So it's an involuntary exile, actually.
Not from them, it's from their father, because they didn't ask the father to put them in such a situation, because they don't have a mother figure there, they don't have a father figure there. It's once in a while you call them on the phone and tell them how wealthy you're getting. And the child, they call you because you're a money cow. Whenever they need money, that's when they call you. And sometimes they party the money away because they don't have no guidance. And now they see free world, where there is no world around where they live. You go and you come back. So when you call them to come home, first of all, they have to think about it. Who will I know when I get back home? Do I know anybody? Do my daddy have friends? Who is my uncle and cousins? because they never spend quality time with those people. Where are my age mates? Most of them live in the town, in the cities. By the time they go home, everybody already went their own ways. And when anything happens,
You don't see them anymore.
they're not coming back, because by then some of them already forgot about the culture of wherever they come from. So they're thinking, wondering what will happen to them when they go home. Are they going to be okay? Because they read all those mess on the internet too. So it's not their fault. So they literally put their children on exile without knowing. So to me, tell me what we're going to tell them, how people are going to rethink what they're doing, and then they need to look before they jump. That's the thing I have to, that's what I think. Those rich people that think they can afford it to send little children out of the country, their mother is not there, their uncle is not there, their cousins are not there, they put them in an excluded environment so that they can be safe. That's what they think. But they forgot that they don't have anybody they know to socialize with, or people that can teach them about cultural values, where they come from. So all I care about now is for you to help us advise the rich among us what to do. That, if they fix the school back home, children can go to school back home. So when they get of age, they can make that decision. By then they can withstand every storm that comes their way. So help us.
Thank you so much, my friend. Once again, I like your advice. I like the question that you asked, like how do we, stop this mass exodus in terms of banishing our children. There's an article that a friend of mine wrote one time and that I read. He referred Africa, he called it more like a jungle. He said that the government, they have created a jungle in Africa. And so the problem is that people are just running away from the jungle so that they won't be attacked by animals, which is very unfortunate. But I mean, it's such a beautiful place. I know we do have problems, but we do have places that are so beautiful too.
That's right.
So, but this is someone's opinion. So my point is this. They're sending the children outside. But let them think a little bit, because I know our politicians and our rich people, they come to the Western world. When you come to the Western world, the politicians in the Western world, they keep their children in the country where they are.
Yes,
the rich people, they keep their children where they are.
That's right.
So why do we send our own out? Because we did not make our place so comfortable for our children. So we are afraid of raising them in those places.
Of the boogeyman.
Exactly. So that's why we bring them out. All right, but I mean, there's something that they say in my country. Sometimes, I mean, I can say it in my language, but a lot of people will not understand. Sometimes when you're doing something, you think you're hurting someone else, but in the real sense, you are hurting yourself.
That's how you make your bed. That's how
exactly.
You
So when you're doing these things with the children, it's backfiring, because once again, I think I remember we addressed it at our previous episodes, that when you get older, you built all those mansions, you have all those cars in Africa, and then you hide your children away. Once you get older and call the children to come back, they're not going to come back. They're not silly. Because they know that you've created a very, very bad environment for them back home. It doesn't matter how big your house is. It doesn't matter how many cars you have.
They don't care.
The children are not coming to live in those jungle if you create a jungle.
Because another thing, you never have that connection with them.
Exactly.
You just build a bridge, build a wall. You think money is everything.
Exactly.
But that's not what the children want. Especially if you bring them over here, they know the importance of somebody. You attending their game, you attending this, you there to ask them how they're feeling.
Exactly.
Everything cannot be about money.
That's true, that's true. So if you really, 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 really love your children, and you really, really, really want them to come back and take over your beautiful business, your beautiful estate and everything, then create a good environment for them now.
That's right.
Rebuild Africa, make Africa beautiful, so that the children will be happy to come back when you're old. If not, you will die. Your property will be, people will be abandoned. Let's just be honest with you. If you're building all those beautiful mansions in Africa and you're banishing your children, once you're dead and gone, those things will be either other people will live in those houses, or they will be sold by your children. Because actually, I've met a lot of people that live in the United States that their their parents are wealthy in Africa. They told me that they're not going home to take care of those buildings, that they're going to sell them. And they will stay over here and they will sell them. They will sell them even at a very cheap price.
That's right.
Because they're not coming there to live. So our point is this. Make our place a beautiful place. You could send your children to study anywhere that you want to send them. But make it such a beautiful place that when they're ready to come home, they can still come home. If you really love them.
That's right.
Because you don't want to succeed in your own generation. Be the richest man. And then when you're dead and gone, your generation will be suffering.
And
that's not what is called richness. Because there's a little thing that I want to say about it. I will use just a little example. When you're being chased by a lion, and your children are being chased by a lion, and then all of a sudden you escape, but your children are caught by the lion. Have you really escaped?
No.
So if you think that you're going to be the richest man in Africa, do everything now, and then when you're gone, your children and your grandchildren will suffer. You have not escaped poverty. That's our point.
That's right.
Yes.
And what I wanted to add is, I know sometimes parents use scare tactics to raise their children. This uncle killed my own father. See, this uncle did this. This person did this. Then your children are now afraid to come home. They are afraid for those uncles. They are afraid of everybody. Then at the time you will need them most, they will think that that same uncle or their children are the one killing you. As a result, they don't want to come around so that nobody will kill them. So we got to be careful how we relate things. We need to start doing more, going to doctors more, because people do die of other things other than the uncle kill you, this one kill you. People here die of brain aneurysm. Exactly. People here die of heart attack. People here die of stroke, of any other thing. Too many things can kill somebody. If you don't take care of your high blood pressure and don't go to doctor and find out that you have high blood pressure, when you die or have stroke, don't, we rush to accuse somebody that they killed us, and then we relate that message to our children, and then eventually we are doing what? We are putting a boundary, like a block that we are building. The children, they believe you. Everything you tell them, they believe. So let's stop, either by words or conversation, or just by taking money and send your children away. However we are doing it, banishing our children, taking them away from their fatherland. Please, we just want everybody. Our Yoruba people, our broken English says suffer, suffer. Let's take it easy. Let's think before we speak. Because that word we speak out is so powerful. You might say it and forget. Somebody else you're telling them, especially a little child, their brain is sponge. They will take it and they will make use of it. The way, as my friend said, it will affect you more negatively than you thought. So our people, let's look again before we name. Let's think before we do things. It's good to send our kids abroad. Don't misunderstand me. But try to make sure the children have an input in what you're doing.
Exactly.
Right?
Yes.
Okay.
All right, and then to cap it all, actually, that's something that you brought up in terms of we have to think twice about sending our children. It's good. Let them go and study if you want to send them. But don't forget that these are our future
generations.
Exactly.
Yeah,
so they're the people that are
tomorrow.
going to, yes, they're going to rebuild Africa. So our point is this. Allow them the opportunity to come back. So create a very beautiful place in Africa, a beautiful country where you have employment, where you have everything, and these children will come home and help us rebuild Africa. So we are dependent on them. I know the older ones have done what, I wouldn't say they have done their best, because I don't believe they have done their best, because if they have done their best, Africa will be beautiful by now. So, but give the children the opportunity to come back. Do not banish them from the country. You're doing it indirectly, but not knowing that it has a very, very bad consequence. So that's our point today. All right, thank you so much for watching us today.
That's right.
It was a pleasure to have you as
Thank you so much.
viewers. So watch us again next week. God bless you.